Alright, y'all, so I'm back for Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is season 1, episode 8. The episode starts off with Kiara showing up at Nikki and Kitty's house. And, she's telling them about the situation with Gunplay when she showed up to his video shoot. It was a song that she never heard before. And, he's sitting up here glorifying drugs in the song and in the music video. And, she said something to him about it. And, how, she was saying, if you going to be sitting up here doing all of this, there's plenty of other dick in the sea. And, how he told her, to get on then. And how he threw the chair or whatever. And they just like, what? He did all that and everything. And she's like, I didn't break up with him or whatever because, I want him to get help and everything, and I love him, all of that. Kitty, she's saying how she can relate because, she's been there before and how drugs are, is a powerful thing, but he can only help himself. You can't really help him. You have to just help he has to help himself or whatever. And she was also, telling Kiara, like, I had to dance to make money to provide for him and myself. And, it was lowering my self-esteem and everything, this, that, and the third. And, they all start getting emotional. And, Kiara just don't want to leave Gunplay hanging. But they telling her, you got to do what's best for you or whatever. So then we have Trina. She's being presented with this award or whatever for everything that she does in the community, especially for young women, and they award her with her own day in Miami. So now she has a Trina Day. And, Joy is there to support her. So after the event or whatever, they're in the car talking. And, Joy is saying how, Trick finally gave in and is going to pay for the lawyer fees or whatever, and they're going to get this divorce rolling or whatever. And, Trina is like, well, that's good, but, do you think he's serious or whatever? And Joy is like, I don't know. Trick is flip-flop. One day is this, the next day is that, so we'll just see. And, Joy is like, but to celebrate this, I do want to go like on a double date type of thing. And Trina is like, oh Lord, like, I don't like dating or whatever because I don't want motherfuckers to be asking me a whole bunch of questions and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, isn't that a part of dating? But I ain't gonna lie, the way I'm kind of set up now, like, I kind of feel her on that. Like, I don't know. I just get so irritated now. Like, I don't know why, but I do kind of feel her on that and everything. But, yeah, so, I know I gotta get it together, y'all. But, but anyway, so Joy is like, well, it's not going to be a blind date because it's somebody that's in our circle and everything. And the guy name is Raymond or whatever. And I think Trina is still with him, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah. It's Raymond, and Raymond is like her best friend, and she's like, I don't know, because, I admit that we do have chemistry, but I don't want to ruin the friendship, and I understand where she's coming from. I think we all have been there at one point in time or another. You vibe with the person so well, but, excuse me, at the same time, you don't want to mess up your friendship or whatever, so I understand where she was coming from on that, but, so then we have Jojo. Poor Jojo. So, she finds out that she got a subpoena from the courts or whatever to provide her financial records and everything from her store. And her mom's lawyer is the one who sent the subpoena and everything. And she has to show up to court. She has no choice or whatever. And so, this is to prove that, her dad does have money or has the money that her mom is asking of him to, give her in this divorce settlement or whatever. And her mom shows up and everything, and Jojo is pissed. She's like, you want me to testify against my own father and everything? And her mom is like, just tell the truth or whatever. Your dad has money, and that he has money to give me after, over 20 years I've been a mom and, taking care of you and your brother, this, that, and the third. And like I said, Jojo, she's annoyed and everything because she's like, you could use one of my dad's properties to prove that he got the money and all this other stuff. Why use me and everything? And then she talks about, well, how she talks about how, her brother is going to testify against him or whatever, this, that, and the third, because her brother knows that that's the right thing to do or whatever. And oh, I feel bad for Jojo because she is in a rock and a hard place or whatever, because she doesn't want to go against her mom or whatever and leave her out there hanging. But at the same time, she knows her dad is the one who provides for her. He provides the financial side of things or whatever. So she's in a bind, and I just feel bad for her. And I feel bad that they even dragging them, her and her brother into this or whatever. But yeah, so anyways, we get Shea and Baby Gap, aka, Baby Blue or whatever. And she's doing like this photo shoot for him. He asks her to, model this lingerie brand that he does marketing for or whatever. And she's like, how did you get into marketing and everything? And he's like, when Pretty Ricky slowed down, I had to, get into some stuff. And he's like, I already was doing marketing for Pretty Ricky anyway, so I just took my skills and ventured off to do other shit or whatever. And, she's telling him about, her fitness brand and how she's doing some boot camp classes soon, and she wants his help as far as helping her market this thing or whatever. And Shea is like, well, how you think P is gonna feel about this? And he's like, I mean, what, he gonna be jealous or something? And she's like, well, me and him did break up and everything. And, Baby Gap, he like, oh, fuck, I ain't know all that, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, we trying to get a bag together, you know what I'm saying? And so Baby Gap, he's like, well, shit, that mean I can kind of flirt with you now, though, or whatever, so I can't smash or nothing like that. And Shay looking at him like, nigga, no. Like, fuck you think this is? You can never smash. And he's like, that's what they all say. So he trying to shoot his shot low key or whatever. But anyways, so then we have Joy and Trina, they doing this double date thing. And Joy's date is, of course, nobody other than Pleasure. And she's saying how she's known him forever. And, she tells him that that she's finally getting the divorce from Trick or whatever. And he's excited because he kind of wants to see where things could go between him and Joy or whatever. And he's saying how, he's single and everything. And she's like, well, I don't know if I should tell you this or whatever, but I did see Shay and Scrappy in the club together or whatever. And P is like, she's sitting up here accusing me of doing stuff and I didn't do nothing wrong. And I'm like, are we watching the same fucking show here? Are we watching the same fucking show? And to this day, P still feel like he didn't do shit wrong. Because it's like, you entertained the thought of even getting back together with your ex, knowing that you was in a relationship with Shay. You didn't shut shit down when Gabby came to y'all event or whatever. You was entertaining her then. So it's just like, what are you talking about? You didn't do nothing wrong. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Motherfuckers not taking ownership for their motherfucking actions. Want to blame everybody else but they goddamn self. You know what I mean? But anyway, so, Trina and Raymond, they show up together or whatever. And, Trina, she sees P and she's like, I don't know what the fuck he doing here or whatever. And why Joy's even on this date with him. Because everybody knows that P is a player. And after all the shit you done went through with Trick, you really sitting up here fucking around with P now and everything. And Trina tells him, I just feel like Joy needs to be by herself or whatever. Just, to get herself together and everything. And P is like, listen, I don't really want no relationship right now. I want what you want for her or whatever. So Trina is like, okay, whatever. So, P and Joy, they notice the chemistry between Trina and Ray or whatever. She's wiping some stuff off of Ray's face and everything. And, he's pretty much like, nobody's going to have her back like I'm going to have her back. And he knows what he's dealing with her. She's like an alpha female or whatever. She's like, the head bitch in charge and, her fame and everything. So he knows what he's getting himself into. So, they gonna see where things go. Gunplay, he meets up with the biggest boss, and that would be Rick Ross. And you guys know Rick Ross lives in Atlanta now, so Gunplay flies out to Atlanta to, visit him. They go to the studio or whatever. And, he tells Ross about him relapsing and everything. And Ross is like, so this been going on since you've been back in Miami or whatever. And Gunplay is like, yeah, my homeboy died and everything. And, Ross is like, I understand what you're going through or whatever, but you gotta be the example. You gotta be the example. And if motherfuckers not on the same type of shit that you on, you gotta, push their ass to the side and everything. So and I did see Gunplay on the Breakfast Club a couple of days or so ago, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I saw him on the Breakfast Club. Seems like he's in better spirit. I just hope he continues to stay on the right path and everything. But yeah, so then we have Jojo meeting up with her dad, and he talks about the brother testifying against him and how he's a piece of shit. And I was just like, well, I'm like, well, damn, like the dad just, and y'all know he ain't got no filter with him. He like on some Godfather mob type of shit. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm a little scared, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm scared for Jojo, shit, you know what I mean? And he wants her to be like the head of his shit or whatever. He wants her to be in control of everything when he passes away or whatever. And tells her not to make the same mistake that her mom did, to think with her brain and not her heart. She starts getting emotional or whatever because we all know that her dad uses his money as weight to, kind of threaten them or whatever. You know what I mean? And for them to do what he says, otherwise he's going to cut them off. And, he's sitting up here saying how, your mother broke up the family or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, she's like, but that's my mom, though. You want me to testify against my mom? And he like, so? I said, I'm like, fuck, like, goddamn, like that. I'm telling y'all, that daddy just ain't got no remorse. He don't give no fucks. He don't care if the mom is fed to the wolves. He just don't care. And I just I'm just sitting there like holding my chest like you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so this is when he really was just on like some Godfather, mob, mafia, whatever you want to call it type of shit. He walks away from the table and it's like, make the right decision, be careful and everything. And I was just like, I would hate to have a dad like him. Like, seriously. Like, I mean, it's convenient in the sense because, yes, he has money, but at the same time, you want me to go against my mom now that y'all going through y'all shit, like, man. But anyways, so then we have Steph and Veronica. Earlier in the episode, Veronica had did some type of bike-a-thon or whatever with some people. And, she's telling Steph, aka My Little Pony, about the bike-a-thon and how everything went or whatever, and how she never felt responsible for so many people, and how she realized that she took so many people for granted, and she saw herself and some of these people and how she treated people and everything with her bad attitude and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, it sounds good or whatever, but then we see some bullshit with you later on in the episode. But she's saying how the trip changed her outlook on life. And, she wants to change people's lives, but she knows that she has to grow as well. And Steph wants, Veronica to fix things with Amara or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Veronica, she's kind of like, okay, that's cool. But we did say a lot of things to each other that can't be taken back. But, I will be willing to have a conversation with her and everything. So then Baby Gap and Shea, they in the studio or whatever. Well, actually, she drops by the studio so she could drop off the logo and some flyers for him for this, boot camp thing that she's trying to have going on. So they're talking, and then P, he shows up irritated because Shea is there or whatever. And Shea is like, baby Gap, why you ain't tell me that, he was coming, because, I don't want to be around this type of energy or whatever. And P is like, we'll leave then, we'll leave. And Shea is like, motherfucker, I was here before you or whatever. Like, what is the attitude about? You know what I'm saying? And, baby Gap, he's like, shit, I feel like I'm in the middle of this shit, and he's saying, I'm just trying to help her with her project or whatever. And P is like, why? And everything. And Shea is like, you wanted us to be cool, right? So now that we cool, it's an issue. Now, because me and you not together no more or whatever. And so, P is like, see, she ain't telling everything. She ain't telling you everything. Like, she trying to act like she didn't do dirt or whatever. But she was with her ex-boyfriend in the club or whatever. Joy told me and everything. And I'm just like, okay, P. When Shea got together with Scrappy, that was after y'all broke up. Okay? You was sitting up here entertaining your ex and entertaining the thought of getting back with her, knowing you was still with Shea. So, like, yeah, cut the bullshit on that, okay? Like, take ownership and take responsibility for your motherfucking actions. But Shea sitting up here talking about some, word gets around fast in Miami, and if Joy know better, she would know about Shea, and to keep her name out her mouth and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, okay, Shea, like, I'm with you on this shit, but you're getting a little carried away now with this situation with Joy. But anyways, so yeah, she leaves or whatever, but as she's leaving, she's telling P that he needs to lose a couple of pounds and all this other stuff because it looked like he need a bra. And I said, girl, that wasn't the problem when you was with him. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I know you upset and everything and whatever, but yeah, it wasn't a problem when you was with him. Like, him and Baby Gap about the same size at this point, but but yeah, so anyways, P feels as though Baby Gap being thirsty and everything. Baby Gap, kind of run up on him a little bit, talking about something, what you mean thirsty or whatever. And P is like, I feel like you on some behind the scenes type of shit with her or whatever. You could have called me and told me what was up. Okay, we gonna be fair. I do agree with P. Baby Gap could have ran it by P or whatever and said, hey, listen, bro, I got a good business opportunity with Shea. I just wanted to run it by you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He could have at least called P and everything. But, P is like, but you being on some disloyal type of shit, so fuck all that brotherhood shit. This Pretty Ricky shit is just going to be strictly business and everything. And I did see on the Shade Room that apparently P blocked Baby Gap or whatever from Instagram. Petty, but whatever. So then we have a quick scene with Jojo. She's on her way to court. She don't know whose side she gonna take or whatever, and they don't show us. We don't find out whose side that she took in this whole situation between her parents. So, anyways, we get the last scene with Amara, Veronica, My Little Pony, and then Young Hollywood. So they had some networking event or whatever, and My Little Pony shows up with Veronica, and Amara didn't know that Veronica was going to be there and everything. And My Little Pony, she's like, I feel like I can mediate the situation. Veronica feels like that, this is an inappropriate place to do it at, in which I do agree with Veronica. Like, see, this is why I don't like My Little Pony, because, yeah, girl, you was trying to act like, you trying to mediate the situation or whatever, but you really on some fuck shit behind the scenes and everything. Like, yeah, I see you, okay? But anyway, so, yeah, Veronica like, well, fuck it, since we here, let's talk about it. She's like, did you tell Jojo I said some shit about her or whatever? And Amara's like, yeah. Like Amara, she owned up to it. She was like, yeah, I did tell her, but that's because she told me that y'all was talking shit or whatever, this, that, and third. And, I guess Amara was saying she feels like Veronica is fake as fuck. And the fact that, Veronica, when they had, when three of them was talking, beforehand, and Veronica act like she was gonna get up and do something, that was crossing the line. I felt Amara on that. We supposed to be friends, and you so quick to jump up on me like that, like you about to do some shit. Like, yeah, you know, that is crossing the line. You know what I'm saying? And that make me feel like we was never friends to begin with if you so quick to jump up on me like you about to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So then Hollywood shows up. And Veronica and Steph, they looking confused, you know, like, Veronica is like, I thought he was the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, he the reason that we fell out and shit like that. You know, you sitting up here crying about this, that, and the third. I did feel Veronica on that because it's like, girl, I mean, he is like a lot of the reason why we fell out or whatever. And now you in cahoots with him or whatever. And like I told y'all last week, I was side-eyeing Amara for the simple fact that she, you know, sitting up here trying to work with him all of a sudden. It's cool to squash some beef or whatever, but to sit up here and work with the motherfucker, and like I said, he is not the only producer in Hollywood. Like, Hollywood, Lord. He is not the only producer in Miami. You know what I mean? But anyways, so, Steph is like, you know, my Little Pony, she's like, you know, are y'all dating or something now? And Amara is like, no, we just working together and everything. And, you know, Veronica feels like it was bullshit or whatever. Which, I mean, she feels like it's bullshit how, you know, she was crying to them and everything, this, that, and the third. But let's be honest, Veronica, you kind of really didn't care from Jump Street when Amara was crying to you about this bullshit or whatever. Just saying. But anyways, yeah, you know, she's like, you a bitch who just wants fame or whatever. I said, okay, you want fame too. That's why you on this motherfucking show. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, Amara, she tries to charge at Veronica. Security gets, you know, in the middle. And Veronica is like, you know, you wearing that fake ass afro and this, that, and the third. And of course, it's been a whole bunch of controversy. Yeah, I know it's been a whole bunch of controversy as to whether that's a wig that Amara is wearing or not. But Amara has admitted before that she does wear extensions or whatever with her afro. And she, you know, like she said before, she wears all different types of hairstyles. Like, so the fuck what? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I don't question you about your bleach blonde hair that ain't your natural hair color. And then Steph fake as fuck too with them My Little Pony blue ass extensions that she got in her hair. She didn't say all that, but she did say that she was fake too for having them blue extensions in her hair or whatever. But yeah, so Hollywood, as all of this is going on, he once again, see, this is why I say, Amara, you shouldn't have started work with him, because see how quick he is to change up on you or whatever. He trying to butter up Veronica, talking about some you too pretty to be doing all of this or whatever, and you know she should have hollered at you later on and not at this event, and how she doing too much. You see how quickly he changed up on you or whatever, like as if he didn't know what the fuck was going on when he seen that, you know, Veronica was doing what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he act like you was just at fault, like she wasn't at fault too. Yeah, girl, I hope you learned your lesson from this. I hope you don't work with his motherfucking ass no more. Hard head make a soft ass, okay? But but y'all let me know how y'all feel about Amara now. I mean, I still like Amara, but yeah, girl, this but I don't like Veronica, because Veronica got a badass attitude. She nasty as fuck. And yeah, I just no. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about Amara. Do y'all still like her, or y'all kind of like about her now? Y'all let me know. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys what I say? Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys share, and make sure you guys come back, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, y'all. Peace.